Okay, a tour of Dock 22, Migraine 6. This one was quite difficult, I thought. But I did solve. It was probably the 5th Migraine level I solved. I think I solved it on my first swoop of Migraine. Now the hardest part is getting through these 2 walls here, and you have to know the correct way to do it as well. And I'm a massive fan of this level because the layout is beautiful on it. So we send a lemming to float down here and then build. So that lemming's done pretty much. But what we do here is we send 2 diggers down, and isn't it beautiful as well? Because the blocker can just blow up on the edge, and these lemmings are safe then. So he's blocked to turn 1 lemming around, which will now come over here and be working on this wall over here. So I'm a massive fan of this solution. It was really well done, I thought. So these 2 lemmings are going to dig and bomb. So that's how you get through the wall. It was really hard to figure out how to get through this wall, but it was pretty obvious what you had to do once you figured out there's no bashers. So this lemming here blew up to get rid of this side of the wall. So we had to get a lemming to bash at just the right moment. Actually, I don't know why we're building here because I don't know why I said bash. Sorry, I've just realised we had no bashers. So we need to get a lemming to bomb at the right moment, such that only 1 lemming gets through and patches up the gap here. So that's very reminiscent of a trick I've seen in Genius 19 on Lemmings +2, which I'm a massive fan of, Nessie. I don't know if you played Lemmings +2, but you should go and check out Genius 19 on that. Genius 19 in that at least, because that's hands down one of the hardest levels in the pack, I think. I think it's in a psychedelic tile set as well. Okay then, so on to Migraine 7. This was one of the hardest levels in the rank, I thought. Had a very, very good solution. But fucking hell, man, it's just ridiculous, this level is. So I'll take you through some things I tried first. So it was pretty obvious that the crowd had to end up down here ultimately. And Nessie's actually told me it's possible to get the crowd through the upper section, which I've not worked out at the moment. But the problem I was having ultimately was I had 2 worker lemmings over here, and the basher was just starting too early, and he would hit this water down here. We have to get the mine to start at such a time, such he gets this done before the basher even meets this section here. So good music to go with this level anyway. I was enjoying trying to solve it with this music on anyway. So I tried to get the lemming to dig as late as possible, and that was key to solving this level, because this lemming here is going to make it into the worker group. And to be honest, once I figured that bit out, it was good enough for me to solve the level. And we have to dig here. Now this lemming's going to be the minor lemming. I think this guy's facing left, so we'll see in a minute. Sorry, I can't remember these replays so well. It's been so long since I've recorded it. Okay, so he bashes at a point. Now the reason why I've dug down to the ground slightly is because these lemmings are digging at a current. There's a digger already assigned here. He's going right. He's going to bash at such a point such that he'll stop digging and bashing. But yeah, this is how we get through all these pillars here. But it's a good way to stop dig and bash and not have to worry about it terminating at the end by digging down a few pixels here. Because if there's not enough pixels to bash above the lemming, if there's only so many pixels to bash, then the lemming stops bashing. So yeah, this is the main trick in the level. just getting this basher to be way behind the miner. And I'm convinced that's the intended solution, because there was literally no other way I could see to do this level. And it used all the skills. And I must say, it's very, very nice to see a level without builders as well. Especially a level that's so well done, like this one. So, I'm a massive fan of that one, Nessie. Very, very nice solution and very nice use of skills. There's no bombers, there was no blockers, there was no builders. Usually my favourite skills there, they are. Alright, level 8, claustrophobia. Now, this one, Nessie said the solution was acceptable, because I've shown most of my solutions to Nessie already, before doing these videos. I'll go over this level at the moment. The biggest problem with this level is there's a massive drop at the end, and you have to pretty much do a splatform with a blocker on the bridge. So that was the hardest part of this level, I thought. And then this clusterfuck section down here as well. What the hell, man? But it all comes together. I like the music on this level again. So I started digging down, and this lemming is a blocker. So at the end of the digger tunnels, nearly, I make a climber come up and dig and bash it under the blocker. So then we have 3 worker lemmings. So this lemming needs to patch the gap quickly. This lemming's dug, so he's come down this section. And there is an actual glitch in this level where lemmings can walk through this fire trap because it hasn't been refined correctly. So I bash and dig such that there's actually a little nook that a lemming can climb up to into this one-way wall, and that really comes into handy in solving the level. So it's pretty obvious I got this level done the intended way, because I did ultimately send the lemmings through the bottom route. So this lemming's going to build as soon as he gets to the bottom of the slope here next to the exit. The drop next to the exit. This is why the nook had to be here, because then we could mine down here. And we had to use multiple builders, in fact, because it wasn't enough just to build one and then do a backwards builder, because the splat height is huge on this one. It literally just pixels out if you do a reverse builder off that one. And this lemming was timed in such a way that she turns the builder around just the right moment. And that's probably the hardest part to get right on this level, getting that blocker to come at just the right moment. And this lemming's just built over and he's back in the crowd now. I think the bomber gets used here. Or the builder, I can't remember. Okay. Well, we're waiting for this guy to come back first, I think, actually. He's going to mine down to this bit here. Okay, we're building up. I think the only thing left to do now is to use the bomber, and I think we just blow up the blocker actually. This lemming's going to climb up, that's alright, it'll come all the way back as well. So that the block has been blown up now. I really enjoyed that level. It's probably one of the best hell levels I've played in a while, Nessie. So well done. I really do like hell levels. That has not changed in my time playing Lemmings. Okay, so Migraine 9. This was another one. This is probably the last. I think this was actually the last level in the pack I solved. Bar Nessie's contest level, because I realised that I had that to solve afterwards after coming over to the new format and realising that was the new Migraine 10. And ironically, it is actually a firework chamber, this level is, because there's a lot of bombing involved. So this lemming bashes and comes a blocker, and then this lemming comes underneath him and blows up to free the blocker, and the bomber is low enough such that this lemming will stop bashing. So that's a pretty nifty trick there. Now what I was originally doing was I was sending these lemmings down here and that was really messing me up, so I ended up coming up with a strategy here which ended up with the rest of the lemmings coming over this way, and it literally only just works. And this guy did not go splat, which really helped, because if he fell from the very top of that wall there, he would have. So we built over this bit, and now they're all going to be trapped in this bit. So I was trying a lot of things like using a bomber here, bombing and bashing backwards here, but there's definitely not enough skills to do this bit, so didn't really work out so well. I was just initially not doing the builder there, and all these lemmings were falling down into this section here. So 2 climber lemmings have come over, one's blocked, then the others come backwards and bombed, which allows him to come down into this bit here. The next lemming to come down into this bit here and mine, because that was a big problem. We couldn't mine from the end of this one-way wall here, and we just blow up the blocker. Working out this one-way wall section was really hard, and what to do with this middle section here. So this is probably why this is the last level in the pack which I solved. So it's very worthy of the Migraine 9 position, I thought. So anyway, on to Migraine 10, which is actually not the original Migraine 10, but I'll go through it in order. The old Migraine 10, which was originally on the old format version, is actually Migraine 11. I put it in as Migraine 11. I edited the level pack and added it in as Migraine 11. So I will be going over that after this level. Now, a lot of people know this level because this was Nessie's contest level, and he actually won the contest as well. And I never actually solved the level during the contest period, so this was quite... Yeah, load the replay, Flopsy. I never actually solved the contest during this period, so this was quite a reality check for me. Now, what I had to do at the start here was get a digger, and then the next lemming would build backwards, so the lemmings would not splat out of the trapdoor. Now this lemming's not going to do anything now, he's done. He's bashed through the wall and 2 lemmings come with him. This lemming's going to build and this lemming's going to dig. So this lemming's coming down into this section now to help the transition. And he's going to build to patch this gap here. Now another thing I was trying to do 2 builders here, so one bash would bash both walls here, but that was actually not intended. But Nessie thought that was a really interesting trick. Now this lemming's dug and built here, because then the lemmings can walk up this section here. That was the hardest bit to work out, I thought. And once all that's done, the rest of the level's pretty trivial. We have to waste a builder here, unfortunately, because otherwise the lemming would climb up and go splat. So we mine here and dig here, so the lemmings meet in the middle, basically. So yeah, I really did enjoy that level in the end, and I can understand why it's a contest winner, because it was a really good level, I thought. Just a shame about this guy. But not to worry, I saved enough lemmings, so that was obviously intended. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Nessie. Okay, and I'm glad it plays this message, to be honest. Because congratulations, as the sun rose over the last of the hills, the lemmings looked onto their new home with glittering eyes. The first thing they did was build a temple to honour the lemmings that sacrificed their lives reaching their new home. And to honour their saviour, they couldn't have done it without your wits and perseverance. Thank you for playing. Okay, so this was this level is the last level now, in the LPN video, and this was originally Migraine 10 in the old format. That Migraine 10 that you just saw was actually in the contest, and Nessie decided to implement it as the new Migraine 10. But this level is now basically a lost gem now, because I actually enjoyed this level. So, as you can see, it's full of one-way walls. I like one-way walls. They're good at patching out back routes. But what I thought was a massive gem that's lost was why this music? Why have you got rid of this music, Nessie? So one lemming turns around and builds the way to the exit, which I believe is just enough such that the other lemmings get. So we put a blocker at the top of this bridge here, which I thought would build a bridge here, and then one lemming turns around and the other bashes to free it, and it's just enough such that it delays them just enough. So, last lemming out this trapdoor here digs down both these sections here. And it did need a floater in the end. It would have been good if digging into this pillar was actually part of the solution. And we got a little turning a builder trick with a blocker here, which I thought was pretty nifty, and it ended up working out. So now we're on the other side of this one-way wall, was originally an issue. So this lemming's done now, and he's just going to end up. He's just going to make his way back towards the exit now. So then the next lemming is going to come from one of these two hatches, which I believe is this one, because these lemmings can't do anything at the moment. Just needs to build over the hole he originally made. Now these lemmings can walk back to the exit now if they just reach this section here. So this lemming's dug and bashed and then built. So we're going to go around this trap. So we dig and build. And just go over the trap. And then we mine backwards from the one-way wall. Now these lemmings are able to get over this bit, which is a nice route, I thought. It's a waste of builder here, unfortunately, I believe. No, he's bashing the wall, okay. So we sent... Oh yeah, we have to send a climber this way, I forgot about that. And then he has to dig the whole pillar. I thought this was a very good final level, Nessie. I think replacing it with your contest level was a little bit rash, I thought, but who am I to say? I'm losing my voice now because I've been recording for nearly half an hour and constantly talking. Doing these post-commentary videos is more exhausting than doing original videos, but yep, so everybody's on their way to the exit now, and I end up saving a climber and a blocker. So I would like to know where the last blocker was used, Nessie, because I want to know if I missed a trick with a blocker, because I do like blockers in solutions. So that's the end of the LP, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next LP.